We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Byron. This is from Facebook. Byron says he feels like his new SVS Ultra speakers in his theater have ruined him when it comes to other speakers in his house. For example, his computer speakers are no longer cutting it. So what do we recommend? Passive speakers needing to have a separate amp or receiver seems like overkill. So active speakers? If so, which brand? Well, I mean, if you're going to go with... okay. So while I was doing the research on the headphone amps, I came across an amp, and I lost it. I could probably find it, but there's a lot of little amps, like 50-watt amps, 2-channel amps, that are USB external DACs that you can plug into your computer that have, you know, like a Class T amp in it or whatever.
Right.
You know, and it's just a little digital, digital whatever amp that's in there that'll power speakers. You're sitting real close to them, so they don't have to have ton of power anyways.
Barely any, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could really do this with actual real life speakers if you wanted to. So
even like AudioEngine, which we're going to end up mentioning here, but AudioEngine has like an external amplifier that you can connect to your computer to power passive speakers. They have that. So
I mean, if you're really in love with your SVS speakers, or if you really want something like that, you could, or you wanted to get something like EMP Tech, or you wanted to get something like NHT, the Super Zeros. If you wanted to get one of the many Ascend speakers that Rob will recommend, since apparently he is being bought and paid for by Ascend.
Definitely
acoustics.
Not.
Oh my God, dude! I feel like you have like a tattoo of Ascend someplace on your body. That being said, I'm like an RVH.
Guy who complained that I don't recommend them enough. So
I know. What was up with that guy? What podcast was he listening to? Anywho, so you definitely could do this. Your options are really unlimited. You don't need a whole receiver. These things come in their little boxes. They're like, I mean, they're little.
Yeah.
And
with
you can
a little volume dial on them.
And that's pretty much what they got. A volume dial, a headphone output, and speaker outputs, and usually some sort of digital output if you want to go to something else as well. So that is an option. But when he asked this on Facebook, I immediately responded to him and said AudioEngine, and that was all I said. I mean, because that's the go-to. AudioEngine makes very good computer speakers.
Yep.
They are meant to be listened to near field. They're small, generally, not all of them, but they're pretty small. There are a ton of studio monitors that you could get as well.
Yes.
And all of those are going to be fairly acceptable audio-wise. You're going to be very happy with just about any of them. The Rocket brand speakers, those are very good. I had some they traveled the globe with me. And they came back and they lived here for 3 years before one of the amps finally gave out and they chucked.
Yeah, along those lines, I certainly recommend the JBL LSR305s. Mentioned those on the podcast a number of times. But yeah, self-powered. In that case, you'll need an adapter cable. You'll need something that turns into the large-sized headphone jack.
Those are cheapest chips.
That's easy to get a cable, but just something to be aware of. One really nice thing with the AudioEngine speakers is they come with like every adapter cable you might need. So that's already in the box along with them because they know that people are connecting this to their systems. So but AudioEngine, those JBLs, and I see you've got some KEFs here if you're going higher end.
If you want something that sounds really good, Clint loves these speakers. The LS50.
I don't blame them. They're really nice.
The KEF LS50 Mini Monitors. Look at them. Click on the link. Try to ignore the $1,500 per pair price point.
A little bit more expensive than the other ones.
But those are real nice, Haas.
Oh, they're real nice.
Those are good ones. Those ones are good. So I want to throw those in there as being an option. I know Byron's not going to get those because I think his budget is a little bit too limited.
Cost more than his SVS Ultra speakers in his theaters. So
I understand that.
Might be a tough ask.
But hey, if you like the Ultra so much, get yourself another pair. And a small thing. Emotiva, do they still make the Stealth? Whatever it is, headphone thing?
There is one Stealth 8, the bigger ones, but they have their AirMotive self-powered.
No, I'm talking about speakers. I'm talking about the USB DAC / amplifier, because my Stealth DC1, I think it is, will also power speakers.
Oh, okay.
As well. So there's lots of options out there for you, is what we're saying. So let us know what you choose and whether or not they're as good as your SVSs. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.